Does this feel like a common theme for you when you use a ChargeBlade? And you just want your gameplay to look a little something like this instead? Then you come to the right place. This guide will help you understand the combat flow for the ChargeBlade and help you solo monsters more easily. But before we begin, I recommend watching my fundamental ChargeBlade guide. This can help you learn some combos like charging your shield and how to utilize your ChargeBlade properly. And without further ado, let's get into it. There are a lot of skills to take from armor, charms, and decorations. I'm going to give you some I recommend that benefits the ChargeBlade. Build however you like and enjoy the game however you like, but if you want some good skills, here are some. For weapon damage, I recommend Agitator, Attack Boost, Crit Boost, Weakness Exploit, Critical Eye, and Artillery for your impact files. And for element, you go with the element that matches your weapon. Safijiva's armor is good, Silver Rathalos' essence is good, Critical Element is also good, and you want to match Critical Boost, Critical Eye, and Weakness Exploit for those critical element skills. You don't use Artillery when you're using elemental files, since it has no effect on them. Some defense options include Guard, which helps you recover faster after blocking, Guard Up, which lets you guard things that are normally not guardable. Offensive Guard is an attack thing, but I wanted to keep it with the Guard. Anytime you do like a perfect block, you get an attack boost, and you have Health Boost and Divine Blessing. Next is a secret sauce. It's not really a secret, but you have Capacity Boost. Capacity Boost gives you an extra file, so you can have more time when you charge your shield, or more time with the Savage Axe, and an extra file for damage. Next is Focus, which lets you have your things charged longer, and also you gain more file meter faster. And next is Slugger for your impact files for more KO damage. Now we finished the boring stuff. I can stop the skibbity brain rot for my hunter so he doesn't get disengaged. Now for some chicky nuggies. When I play, I usually go for all meat, but you can go for defense or elemental depending on the matchup, if you want. But as long as you are using impact files, you can use Feline Bombardier. It's the 4 on the bottom of any ingredient. This increases your impact file damage. Other than that, if you have a good skill, go for it, and just eat for whatever skill you like.
Look at that. Yeah. Who got that?
That's mine.
Dylan. That looks really good. I should have got that.
For this example, we're going to fight a Rathian. Rathian's moves are pretty simple, and I feel like most people can understand what's going to happen next. There are 2 things I want you to think about when in a fight. The first one being trial and error. If an attack fails the first time, try something else another time, and try to remember the move that they use. And the other one being patience. This isn't a speed run. They give you 50 minutes to hunt a monster. You don't always have to be attacking all the time. But you also don't want to be running around doing nothing the whole fight. So patience, but effective patience. This here is a perfect example of patience. The monster was coming down and gave me time to attack. I got what I needed, but I got greedy and went for the second blow and got hit and poisoned. A better option would have been to be patient. Either guard or guard point to flip, and then I can get a free hit on Rathian as she comes down. Or I could have charged my files and I'll charge my sword all at the same time while Rathian was coming down, giving me an advantage. At this part of the battle, I was about to attack Rathian, but then she started flying, and I realized from last time that it's a perfect chance to charge my files and charge my sword at the same time. Here's an example of trial and error. I guard pointed the fireball, so I assumed I had time to do an SAD, but got charged anyways. In Master Rank, monsters are a lot faster, so you can't get away with SADs as much as you used to before. So when I saw Rathian do fireballs, I chose to do AEDs instead, and it became quite rewarding. Here's another example. I chose to do an AED instead of SAD because I remembered, and I got a Clagger again. Then I went in for another SAD, so I basically got even more damage than just trying to do a normal SAD off rip. And the monster flinched on top of that. I got what I wanted, so I chose to play more defensively and patiently. Depending on what she does next is what I'm going to follow up with. She chose to fly, so I know I'm going to have a lot of time when she starts landing. So I chose to charge my files and my shield while she was landing. I was able to get out of the way of the fireball, but forgot that I broke her head. So now that Rathian is paralyzed, I'm going to try to get some file charge and begin some combo damage. I went for the AED because I felt like I would have more time, but I missed. But it's alright, so I got what I wanted. I backed up and played defensively and waited for the next move, and it was a tail wipe, which I was able to guard point into an SAED. Alright, so here I'm just trying to get some attacks and get some charge for my files. I repositioned a couple times with some rolls. I see the tail whip coming. I try to guard point it, but I miss. And now I reset myself and get charge my files. I forget that I broke her head, so I try to guard point and I just attack her. She looked like she was going to do a move here, so I stopped my attack. And I thought she was going to do something again, so I stopped her attack. Then she finally did something and I was able to get the guard point into a knockdown. So even though I got faked out twice, I was able to pepper a little bit of damage in before I was able to get the big damage off. So that's basically it for the video. If you have any more questions, please leave some in the comments or any recommendations. And if I miss anything, leave some in the comment as well. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're struggling with the ChargeBlade still and don't remember any of the buttons, check out my last video, and I also made a longsword guide as well if you want to check that out. Thanks for watching.